Hello, good morning to my dear viewers and especially my dear learners. Once again I appear before you with a new class. This is a new topic, Unit-1, Lesson-1. Nelson Mandela from Apartheid to President. Nelson Mandela, a great man in history. Nelson Mandela, I think everybody you have heard the name. And in my previous class, there was about our father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. It was Unit 1, Lesson 1, and today it is a new lesson, Lesson 2, about another great person in world history, that is Nelson Mandela. And in my class today, I will show you some words that are much more relevant and also connected with these new lessons, and these words you will have your opportunity to learn in the effective way, and afterwards I will show you some important information regarding Nelson Mandela, his works and achievements, and there will be a flowchart and some questions with answers. And before that, I want to start reading from the text about Nelson Mandela. Let us start reading. This is page number 7 from the textbook. Johannesburg, Reuters. Nelson Mandela guided South Africa from the shackles of apartheid to a multi-racial democracy as an icon of peace and reconciliation, who came to embody the struggle for justice around the world. Imprisoned for nearly 3 decades for his fight against white minority rule, Mandela never lost his resolve to fight for his people's emancipation. He was determined to bring down apartheid while avoiding a civil war. His prestige and charisma helped him win the support of the world. Quotation: I hate race discrimination most intensely, and in all its manifestations. I have fought it all during my life. I will fight it now and will do so until the end of my days. Mandela said in his acceptance speech on becoming South Africa's first black president in 1994. The time for the healing of the wounds has come. The moment to bridge the chasms that divide us has come. We have at last achieved our political emancipation. Quote, in 1993, Mandela was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize, an honor he shared with F.W.D. Clark, the white African leader who had freed him from prison 3 years earlier and negotiated the end of apartheid. Mandela went on to play a prominent role on the world stage as an advocate of human dignity in the face of challenges ranging from political repression to AIDS. He formally left public life in June 2004 before his 86th birthday, telling his adoring countrymen, "Don't call me, I will call you." But he remained one of the world's most revered public figures, combining celebrity, sparkle with an unwavering message of freedom, respect, and human rights. He is at the epicenter of our time, ours in South Africa and yours wherever you are. Nadine Gordimer, the South African writer and Nobel laureate for literature, once remarked, "The years Mandela spent behind bars made him the world's most celebrated political prisoner and a leader of mythic stature for millions of black South Africans and other oppressed people far beyond his country's border. Charged with capital offences in 1963, the Rivonia trial, his statement from the dock was his political testimony. Quotation: "During my lifetime, I have dedicated myself to this struggle of the African people. I have fought against white domination and I have fought against black domination. I have cherished the ideal of a democratic and free society in which all persons live together in harmony and with equal opportunities," he told the court. "It is an ideal I hope to live for and to achieve, but if needs be, it is an ideal for which I am prepared to die." Friends adored Mandela and fondly called him Madiba, the clan name by which he was known. People lauded his humanity, kindness, and dignity. This is, in short, a very brief description regarding this huge personality. So now let's see what I have designed with some words taken from this text. You see, apartheid. This is a very new word to you, apartheid. That means a social policy of segregation or separation. That means in this policy, in the same society, different kinds of people regarding their color, their dignity, they are separated. And this is hugely characterized in South Africa. Reconciliation, that means unification, imprisoned, emancipation, civil war. Civil war was in South Africa, and in the past, civil war also was in the United States, in some other countries. Charisma, that means extraordinary genius. When someone has this extraordinary genius, this genius character may be called charisma. Discrimination, disparity. Discrimination, disparity. Manifestation, exposition or expression. Epicenter, that means focus. Mythic stature, that means dignity. Capital offences, white domination. Nadine Gordimer, a great Nobel laureate for literature from South Africa. F.W. de Klerk and P.W. Botha, both were the president of South Africa, and F.W. de Klerk and Nelson Mandela together won the Nobel Peace Prize. Reuters, this is a great name. This is a great news agency from London, Reuters, international organization run by Thomson Reuters. And this Reuters news agency was established in London in 1851, and the founder of this news agency Reuters is Paul Reuters. Johannesburg, this is the biggest city in South Africa, Johannesburg. Shackles of apartheid, Rivonia trial. This trial, it was the trial 1963, Rivonia trial. So all these words, my dear learners, these words and their synonyms and antonyms are always important for your MCQ, that means question number 1A. So do not forget to memorize these words. If you can memorize the words, I think with the introduction of the words, you will be able to remember the historic events from different aspects. Now I want to show you some points here. So points to learn about Nelson Mandela. So many points. You can also collect more information regarding this great personality. From the text here, I have written some points for your better learning. Anti-apartheid revolutionary. This is the man who is, and in the past form, who was an anti-apartheid revolutionary, political leader and philanthropist. And he was the first black president, and the duration you see 1994 to 1999. Icon of peace and reconciliation. And he had a lifelong struggle for justice. That is a great point. Lifelong struggle for justice. He was imprisoned for nearly 3 decades. Unbelievable. Nearly 3 decades he was imprisoned. He had an outstanding prestige and charisma. Mr. Mandela always hated racial discrimination. Racial discrimination. He was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize in 1993. I told you earlier, F.W. de Klerk and Nelson Mandela together won the Nobel Peace Prize. He left public life in 2004. ANC. This is the name of his political party, ANC. This party has a long history of struggle for establishment of democracy in South Africa and to remove apartheid. ANC, that means the full name African National Congress. African National Congress. Clan name of Nelson Mandela was Madiba, what actually his friends and disciples used to call him as Madiba. And he wrote a book. Here you see the image of this great man, Nelson Mandela. This is the cover page of his great book, Long Walk to Freedom. Long Walk to Freedom. These are some points, very important and noticeable points regarding this great man. I want to repeat the points. Anti-apartheid revolutionary, political leader and philanthropist, first black president from 1994 to 1999, icon of peace and reconciliation, lifelong struggle for justice, imprisoned for nearly 3 decades, had outstanding prestige and charisma, hated racial discrimination, was awarded the Nobel Prize for Peace in 1993, left public life in 2004, the political party name African National Congress and clan name Madiba, and a great book written by Nelson Mandela is Long Walk to Freedom. These points, there is a question in this first paper, that is rearrangement. That means you need to rearrange the sentences to make a story. For rearrangement, these points are always important. And to gain better marks in your examinations, you need to present everything very nicely, and all the information should be right, and the presentation, of course, should be very much fantastic. Now I want to show you another question for what I give a lot of emphasis on this question, that is, make a flowchart showing the activities and achievements of Nelson Mandela. My dear learners, do not forget to notice the asking here, activities and achievements. Writing the answer of any question will carry better marks when the answer will be much more relevant and grammatically accurate. Here you see activities and achievement. These 2 points are asked. In the flowchart, that means in the boxes, you will have to mention about these 2 points, activities and achievements of Nelson Mandela. The first one will always be there in the box, and you will have to fulfill the remaining 5 boxes with relevant informations, and information should be very short. You cannot enhance the information, rather you need to write in brief. Sometimes you can omit or avoid the subject, and the pure information, the key information should be written here. So activities and achievements guided South Africa to democracy. Next one, you can write fought against white minority. Next one, struggled to bring down or stop apartheid. Established multiracial democracy. Became South African first black president. Won the Nobel Peace Prize. So you see, the informations I have just given to you, some activities as well as achievements are mentioned. Suppose won the Nobel Peace Prize, this is an achievement. And fought against white minority, this is one of his activities. So activities and achievement should be clearly mentioned here. My dear learners, you know, in this flowchart, it carries 10 marks. So only 5 short notes will help you to give 10 marks if you write very correctly. Now, I am going to show you some questions. You see, I have pointed some questions from this particular text, and you will see more questions will be available. I told you earlier, I want to repeat, finding more questions is one of the best ways to know the meaning, to know in detail. So here I have written several questions. Look at the board. What, according to the text, apartheid means? Number 2, why is Mandela famous around the globe? Number 3, what is democracy? How do the people of the world remember Mandela? What were 3 great achievements in his life? Who was F.W. de Klerk? Why did Mandela win the Nobel Prize? What sort of freedom did the black people of South Africa receive? My dear learners, to write the answers of these questions, especially for question number 1b, do not forget to write the answers in the same tense mentioned in the question. Suppose what according to the text apartheid means. Here you see the finite verb means, that is in the present form. Your answers should be also in present form. The answer should be like this. According to the text, apartheid means the racial segregation prevailing in South Africa. Apartheid means racial segregation prevailing in South Africa. Like this. Why is Mandela famous around the globe? Once again, you notice this question is also used here, verb is used here in the present form. Why is Mandela famous? So your answer should be also in the same tense, like this. Mandela is famous. You will start like this. Mandela is famous around the globe to embody the struggle for justice. Struggle for justice. So the question answers will be much more important when you will be able to write in the same tense and also grammatically correct. So grammatically correct writing is always vital for your better performances in the examination. And I believe as you are much more attentive to your learning in these online classes, I am sure to follow these classes, you will be able to enrich some of your preparations, and I will be also available in the same way. And I am sure due to this COVID-19 situation everywhere in the world, your activities will go on in the same way to develop your skills and also to improve your academic situation in different conditions. However, towards the end of my class today, I like to show you the book, this famous book what I mentioned, Long Walk to Freedom. This is written by Nelson Mandela, Long Walk to Freedom. Do not miss the chance to go through the book, to know about this great man, to know a lot about his activities and achievement. This will be a great learning in your life, I can assure you. So in my classes today, I introduced you with these new lessons regarding Nelson Mandela from apartheid to president, and in my classes you are able to learn some new words regarding this particular text and also important points from this great man and flow chart as well. And in the end, I showed you some questions and answers and also told you how to write correct answers from the questions. So I am sure you have enjoyed a lot, and it will be much more satisfaction for me if you can attend in a large number in the same way in the next classes. And by this time I want to say goodbye. I will appear before you in the same way with another lesson in the next week. Thank you everybody.